Hi everybody, welcome to this morning's broadcast from the Universal Studio. Philip Wade here. So one thing I wanted to talk about today was obviously on the screen there, compelling compassion. And actually this is a phrase that arose sometime after the realization, after as I was speaking about yesterday, spheres of light had emerged in 2011 and the realization of infinite silence in 2014. One of the most surprising things to me at the time was this very strong insight message that's been repeated hundreds, if not thousands of times since, urging the sharing of this realization, these insights. It was something that for me was completely unexpected. I remember questioning that, have I understood this? Is it really true that this should be being shared? Is it in the highest and greatest good? And with that kind of awareness in me, the insight eventually arose that the reason that this was so important to share, even though the realization unequivocally shows you, and you will realize that you have always been and always will be this infinite awareness or infinite silence, and that actually all of us are that now, and that ultimately everything's okay. The fact of the matter is, there's this vast human experience going on with 7 or 8 billion people on the planet, and only a small fraction of those have truly realized their true nature, and most of the world is in deep suffering. So the compelling compassion, which was the words that the silence gave me as to the reason for sharing, was the acknowledgement that we are already this, but because we're so lost, generally speaking, in the story, and as the Buddha called it, the suffering in life, that this was a compelling call from the absolute awareness itself to be able to invite, shall we say, those that have not yet realized this or appear not to have realized this, to that same awareness and bring an end to the suffering. And it is the balance of those two things, the recognition or the realization that one is the eternal or infinite awareness or infinite silence, set against the identification and the belief that one is the body-mind that causes the suffering, that leads to this invitational type energy, a compelling compassion to share, not to teach, because as this awareness is realized and opened into, it will be seen unequivocally that one has always been this, and actually there is nothing that you need to learn about it. It can only be realized, and hence the term self-realization. But it's important to understand in that sentence that the self is non-personal awareness, and that actually might be the subject of another little broadcast. So compelling compassion is an invitation from the awareness unto the identified self to, shall we say, come home to the realization and bring a suffering to the end. And that was the awareness that arose in me as to the reason for sharing this message with the world, a compelling compassion. Namaste, and thank you for watching. Even if it's been on replay, I send you many blessings and have a wonderful day.